else means 60 kilometers is 1 hour and 33 minutes. I have about 20 plus kilometers to go, but on this road that takes me half an hour still. That now I understand why they were writing 1.5 hours for this 60 kilometers. I can understand it now because it's true. But even in the rain, first I was thinking, oh my god, even the rain makes it beautiful driving here. You believe it or not? Servus, this is Helmut from Thailand. I am here in Nan, and today I really have a very special task. We will go to a very historical place. We will go to Ban Bo Klua. That are an ancient salt mine. Ban mean like village, Bo I think mean mine in English, and Klua mean salt. And it's not so famous for foreign tourists, but it's very famous for Thai people. It's really like if I was just looking for some accommodation there, and I was on booking.com, and you just see all the feedbacks are from Thai people there. You don't see foreigners. Like when you look with booking.com in Pai, you will find only reviews, or mostly reviews from foreigners, and there were mostly reviews from Thai people. So that's why I'm very interested to going there and how it is. It is a place, it's famous mostly for foreigners, for backpackers. Because like here Nan in northern Thailand, that is a very usual, or was a very usual route before the pandemic, that people, when they came to visit northern Thailand, they came to Chiang Mai, then they traveled to Chiang Rai, to Nan, and from Nan to Laos, to the old capital of Laos, Luang Prabang. And this is actually on the road to Luang Prabang, to Laos. And so that's why it's actually mostly visited before pandemic, when there were foreigners, actually backpackers, not so famous for normal tourism. I will show you this place today. We will explore it. But our really challenge is, if you see the sky, it already has started. The raining season has started already here in Thailand. It was raining in the morning, now we at noon. And I hope we will be able to get there without being too wet. So I'm happy that you're with me. Now we are on the road to Bo Klua already. I guess somewhere in the middle of the distance, and I hear some truck behind me. Could that be? I don't know how it sounds in the camera, but it sounds frightening to me before. Yeah, and he is a hot blood. He is a... don't use the effort. So we are on the way. We had to pass through Nan and now outside, and we weren't so lucky just. So he need to overtake him. I just document that now. I don't know what they have here. That is how it's the traffic. Maybe he want to buy some bananas here. We're just passing some fruit stores here on the road. Oh, but he's not going. I don't know. There is something when you decide to travel solo in Thailand, like me on the motorbike, or even like with the car. The traffic is sometimes amazing. That's why they call it Amazing Thailand. But our topic is to go to Ban Bo Klua. Now we are lucky the rain has stopped. I'm a little bit wet because it started to rain, but it was not that much rain. It was just a little bit rainy, so I still could manage to drive. But as you see, what you see now, like I don't know if you've seen my videos before when we went to Pai, there's a huge difference going from Chiang Mai to Pai than from Nan to here. And this is the road. I don't know why. Normally I love to drive here in northern Thailand. The most streets through the mountains, they are beautiful. But I don't know here, they fucked it up completely. Now I really have to use this very hard word. It's already better, but they make like a highway through the mountains in the name of the development. But to me, it always occurs not as development, it occurs to me as destroyment. When they make development for the mountain people, I just see always complete the destroyment of a ancient culture, and they will kill it in the next 10 years. I would bet everything there is no ancient culture left on earth. I'm not talking about Thailand. I think it's everywhere where there is natural life. I don't know about Africa, but here in Southeast Asia, it's everywhere the same. You see how my mood went down just to drive this road, and I really hope that it will get better there when we arrive there, because that road, when I was driving the road, if you would put me normally on the other roads like in Pai and in Mae Hong Son, I would always say yes, I'm in northern Thailand for sure. But because of this road, I would say close to Bangkok. Not this road, it is before a little bit. They have like really highway separated lanes, and that hasn't been before. I've lived in Nan 10 years ago, and this street, especially also just after Nan, I remember when I was driving with local people there, they were so excited telling me, because it was just, they made the asphalt street. It was like 15 years ago, this street didn't exist at all. And I even guess there was no electricity there, because here was 20 years ago just pure nature. Here was the home of one of the last free living hill tribes on earth. It's called the Pitong Luangs. They were here running around 30 years ago. 20 years ago they were already catched by the government and forced to stay in a village. And the Pitong Luangs, they were nomads. So they didn't make houses. That's why they called Pitong Luangs. That mean actually, it means the ghost of the yellow banana leaves, because they just made a shelter out of banana leaves always. And they were like nomadic, traveling around, running naked around. They didn't wear clothes 30 years ago. They were completely naked. And that's why I'm sure there were no electricity, nothing. And now it's everything developed. And you can have a look. You can go where they are caged, and you can see their faces, how happy that they look like now that they are missionaries. They are really happy to being developed. Their mouths, their faces just goes down left and right. Unbelievable. I'm the best travel vlogger ever, because the normal overall rule is just make positive videos. And how dare I to talk the truth? How dare I? Now we are passing the Minam Nan, the Nan River. I cannot put the camera. That's awesome. Yeah, and actually now it starts already, like now the big road is over. It makes me to feel better, maybe even that I said it. I'm really curious to go there, because I looked a little bit on the internet, and on the internet I talk so loud. Actually, I think I shouldn't talk so loud, because the microphone is very good. Over there it looks awesome. All the pictures I've seen there, it's not on this big road, because Ban Bo Klua, it's on the border to Laos, very close to Laos. And I'm really, now it comes again. This shocked me really. So happy just to go there, because now I know again, I have these pictures in mind, being in the nature, not on big roads, seeing these nice little bamboo huts, this really typical traditional northern Thai style life. That's really awesome. So stay tuned with me. I need to stop and to turn the camera around. That is this what I really love traveling here in Thailand, and especially in northern Thailand. If you get the view like this, okay, you have this electrician pole in front, but that is how when it really start to love traveling, and my feeling already now, it looks very much better than it looks before. So my positive mood has come back already, let's say it like this. But then on the other hand, like while we're driving here, it's probably like a transit to Laos, I guess, for goods, for something, or maybe they just build it up for the tourism with the backpackers, because that was the main tourism, I guess, in northern Thailand for the last 15 years. Even 15 years ago, there was no way, because no one has known Nan. But in the last 10 years, it was famous. Everyone you met in Chiang Mai, like I came to Chiang Mai 5 years ago, everyone was going here. And even when I lived here in Nan, there were a lot of backpackers, and even they were there was already this road. Yeah, it was quite like a hostel scene in Nan for me. Like it occurs to me that we're quite a hostel scene in Nan, and I stayed even when I came to Nan. I was used to come here all 3-4 months for 7 years, and I also stayed like many times in hostels there, because Nan is actually, or was, quite expensive. Yes, compared to Thailand, Nan is different. With Nan you can say the same with Vienna. Like the slogan of Vienna in Austria, it's like Vienna is different. And for Thailand, I really would say Nan is different. In my opinion, it's really different in many aspects. So yes, I think it's normal, probably the country to Luang Prabang, that this became so famous. And the other hand, it's maybe also a little bit of this Thai tourism, like I said. And I even was told by my landlord, like my landlord also said to me, it's the tourism at Ban Bo Klua is mainly from people from Bangkok, and he said it's expensive, and that is really, that you should put in mind, most because it's against our logic. From a European, or probably from America or Australian side, you would say Thailand is a country with a very low income. They are writing that. And they have like the minimum wage is like, they don't have it per hour, they have it like $10 per day. And that is actually what the people are paid. It's not just that you look around and find and have to look a long time to find someone who is working for $10 a day. No, it's the average. But, so for this reason, you would expect that everything is cheaper normally, and especially when there is something built for Thai people, that it would be cheaper than for foreigners. But the opposite is it. It's completely the opposite. If you go to places with Thai tourism, sometimes you don't believe it how expensive it is. I was on a mountain on some place in Phetchabun. They want to have more than $150, and I'm not joking, for a normal tent. This was not a special, it was just an igloo tent, nothing special, for staying there, and they want to have it per person. You stay there with 2 people, everyone pays, you pay $300. I think I don't need to say there is no toilet in the room when you stay in a tent. And you have what you have. 4 square meters in a tent. You would buy the tent probably, not probably, for sure less than 5,000 baht, like for less than $150. The tent is probably probably $50 to $70, $80. But anyway, so and that is just maybe to know when you come for tourism to Thailand, if you go to the places where there are foreigners like Pattaya, Phuket, it's much cheaper than to go to places where the Thai people make their holidays. But driving around here is so beautiful. I always talk so loud because it is so loud in my ears, and I hope I will be able to use the voice. That's why I record here actually on the microphone also, because this should be very good. Now what will be our task when we go there to Ban Bo Klua? It isn't only the salt wells there and how they make salt, but I really like these ancient salt wells. For it should be like for nearly 1,000 years, and it should still give salt. So I'm really curious how that will turn out, really, because sometimes the stories they are told and what you see a little bit different. I don't expect it, but it can be. And the other thing, I've seen a very nice waterfall, and I'm told by my landlord, he said yes, it's a very nice waterfall, very beautiful to take a swim there. So I'm really curious about that, and of course of the views. That is something really, if you travel in northern Thailand, that's one of my favorite things. What happened here is the natural views with mountains and these greens, and it just gives me energy. It's just replenishing, like emotional energy. I think that's the right term for me. Emotional energy. Replenishing emotional energy, yes. That's why I'm really curious. It should be, I have to look actually, because I just stopped now, because where we go, it's not here on this big main road we go, it's on the Lao border, and we have to go to the right side somewhere. And I'm curious, that will be very beautiful. Maybe we should talk later on when we at this nice way. Here that looks quite like a city a little bit. There's a big market here. Yes. So probably it will be here. We have to turn to the right side. It's close to the Lao border. Now we had already a lot of times a little luck with the rain. We never got really wet, but as you see, just look around how many times you see just the rains here in a distance, especially to my right side where we are actually going. So I stop a little bit, just look at this on the right side. There is complete rain everywhere. So now I'm getting a little bit afraid about. I stop again. I've never seen any house like this before in Thailand, this style. I don't know, looks it British? Is this British style? Looks funny. Or Dutch? Yeah, with the windmill, probably Dutch. Wow, you see, we really, oh my God. We are going to the rain. And most of the beautiful street, look at this where we're going, that street. Most beautiful. But we get the pain in the ass because of the rain. Wow, no, we need. It's not raining here, but it's gonna start raining. Wow. It's 60 kilometer. Google Maps say it's 60 kilometer. And it tells me that 60 kilometer is 1 hour and 33 minutes. That looks a little bit strange to me. So now it's raining completely. We will drive through this thunderstorm probably. And it's driving how beautiful it is to drive here. Of course the rain is it's not gives me the pleasure it would be like without rain. But there is still this beauty, this fog. Yeah, this fog in the mountains here, where the top of the mountains are covered in this fog. It looks beautiful. Like in France, very like the mountain in the fog is awesome. Wow, wow. I say wow because in the camera it's not visible. The valley is here. Hopefully it's not raining when I go back. I want to start the drone to give you some views where we are driving through now. I need to film stuff like this. We're just now on the bridge here to Siam-Culture. Now the rain is actually... It stopped just 5 seconds ago. But just if you drive like can you see this landscape where we are driving through here? How awesome this is here. The small river, the cows. Here's a small village behind you. You don't see it, but you see it when you come from down here. It looks so beautiful here, or just on the other side here. Here is this waterfall probably I was talking about. No, I guess hopefully not. But look at this beauty. That's a priceless living here. A priceless life quality, I guess, living here. So we go further now. The camera like this here. How impressive this, I don't know. In the camera it looks like nothing, but here that looks so impressive. It looks like it's going straight up here. The coffee shop is open. Maybe I should get a coffee, I don't know it. No, in the rain. I'm happy when I'm in Ban Bo Klua and get some accommodation. But even in the rain, first I was thinking, oh my god, even the rain makes it beautiful driving here. You believe it or not? Can you see the fog in the camera? It's beautiful here. I know I'm alone, but it's so romantic. Oh my Buddha. Driving through this fog, it's pure romantic. I hope you can see, it's able to see in the camera here. I've never seen anything more picturesque than this in front of me now, I swear. These clouds, the fog, the trees, and then you see through the fog the mountains in the opposite here. That is a vibe here. I've never had any experience like that before. Look at this. I hope it's possible. Like up there it's completely dark. Awesome. And then you see, like, I hope you see it, it's this green through the holes of the fog. Man, is this awesome. I don't believe it. I was so struggling
coming here, and when the rain came, first of all, you are not pleased. You think, oh my God, it's raining. And when while I'm driving here through these mountains, I think best thing ever could happen, it was the rain. So I stopped again just to film this beautiful view and landscape here. Awesome. But on the other hand also, man, I really feel like cold because I'm completely wet in my front. Even I have the plastic now, and when you drive, it really cools you out. I have about 20 plus kilometers to go, but on this road, that takes me half an hour still. That now I understand why they were writing 1.5 hours for this 60 kilometers. I can understand it now because it's true. Still hoping that it will be okay. So now we just passed this Bo Klua district sign. So now we are already in the district Bo Klua of the Nan Province in Northern Thailand, in Southeast Asia. And it's cold. I guess we have arrived here at Ban Bo Klua. That looks for me so touristy. Now the rain has also stopped. Now we are in this Ban Bo Klua, I guess. At least. Just make a little drive through. A hotel, a resort, I guess. It looks awesome. That looks really very for high class tourism. That don't look like for backpackers anymore here. Not yet, just this building. So now we are already here in Bo Klua, and now I'm looking for accommodation, and there are some resorts. And I tell you now my real favorite thing, how I would love to stay. That's actually this, but this is not a resort. But that is something when I see the fields like this here, I don't know if you see the chicken in the rice fields here, all that stuff, cows and all these things. I would just love, really love, not like, love to stay like this, really. That is for me like, would be the best resort you can find here. But anyway, it looks good here. They say it should be a lot of resorts here that way, and I think that will be a very nice stuff if I find here something like you see here. Here it's the barn for the cows. Wow, this looks like, wow, I'm really impressed. I don't know if this is the pillar of the village here. They have like the Sao Muang, it's called. I don't know if it's that, but if they have this in that small village, I will be impressed. I will tell you that's historical, very interesting about all this. That's a whole story actually to tell about the Thai culture about this. That's awesome. That's really interesting. I have to ask the people there. The dog is also, that's a really beautiful dog also. Wow. So okay, let's find some accommodation. Wow. I'm just arrived and already I'm fascinated here from that village, the way to come here. It's undescribable in some way. It was beautiful, it was the rain, and no, I have to tell you now, no, I nearly forgot it. I have to tell you an anecdote that was the best ever on this ride. I never had anything similar, but not remember at least. Before I came here, there was the sign 5 kilometers to Bo Klua. And I thought normally 5 kilometers you would aim in less than 5 minutes. And I thought, okay, just by myself, you know, you talk to yourself while you're driving alone. Oh, but here, like, you go through the mountains, the turns, it would be probably 10 minutes. And just after it started really heavy raining. And because the sign 5 kilometers, I thought, yeah, even I was driving between probably 20 to 40 kilometers an hour, maximum 40. So 20 really, like, I felt like it's just, you could run probably when they, like it's not walking, but you could run in the same speed. And when the rain is so heavy, you don't really see very far, and there are a lot of leaves on the road. That's why it was dangerous. And I thought about, okay, 20 kilometers, and I will go forward and I will arrive the village, because I don't want to be somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And then, like, you count it took me probably already like half an hour or something. Like, you look on your speedo, or 1 kilometer, and then I had already 4 kilometers, and I was like expecting behind every turn that maybe I can see already the village. And after one turn, a new sign, Ban Bo Klua, 8 kilometers. After 4 kilometers, that made me really funny, because I was freezing already, and it was really heavy and like dangerous. But you say, normally you wouldn't go. Normally, when it's so heavy raining, you would stop because it's too dangerous. But I thought, okay, I just want to arrive where I feel safe. And then, but anyway, so let's go to find the accommodation now. And here is the next, what looks like a little bit utopia. Okay, this is not even finished. Ah, they make it like containers. Here is like container living. But that obviously is not finished. I know I don't film the salt wells now, but I think that's a really huge part of the journey, how it looks like here. I think this would be a restaurant there. I love these rice terraces they have here. It looks nice. Okay guys, I don't know, like at the moment now, should I writing the title Real Thailand, because that's what happened now. That's really awesome, that's really unique. Now we again back in the rain. It's really pissing now, as you can see. Actually, now it's a little bit less than before. But look, it still looks so beautiful and romantic. But I'm still searching for accommodation. And I found this place here. It's called Coffee and Bed. Everything looks like closed here. This looks like open, but it's just no one here. So I still don't have accommodation, and I don't know what I should do. It looks nice here, right? It looks awesome here. This looks awesome. This looks awesome to me. Really nice. Very cozy for having a coffee. But I'm not sure. Like, for me, it looks like to me maybe I will sleep just here, outside somewhere, if there is not someone coming. Because I'm really freezing now. I'm already cold driving through the mountains. Now here again, the big rain, and I really feel cold now. But I don't have a blanket or anything. I didn't find a telephone number to call here. I looked even on Google. Maybe on Google Maps I will find some some telephone number. Normally they go around and you choose, like before was in a resort, it was 1,200 baht, and I looked at this, just this concrete like a cube, the bungalow. I don't like it normally. Normally I wouldn't like to stay for 200 baht. If I have something for 500 baht, a bamboo hut, I would stay there compared to this cube of concrete. But if I would find it now, I just would say yes, no problem, no worry. Wow, yeah, well, I shouldn't lay down here in the net. But it's still so, even I'm alone here, it looks beautiful here. Still romantic, but cold. That's the only thing. And I think now, first I thought we will just accommodation and we will have a look at the salt well and how they cook the salt and the mine, everything. But I guess now we will not do this job, we will not get done today. It will be tomorrow.